Welcome to Fauquier Library's summer reading program. This is our third STEAM program of the summer, and our theme is all together now. We're going to talk about ways of getting people and the things they want together using bridges. If you picked up your supply bag at the library, you'll have everything you need for this program. We'll be using small wood cubes and craft sticks to make a cantilever bridge. If you did not get a bag, you'll need 2 blocks or 2 stacks of books of equal height, a bunch of pennies, 8 strips of corrugated cardboard about 6 inches by 3 1/4 inches wide. Might be good substitutes. We're going to look at all kinds of bridges, the kinds that carry cars, trucks, buses, trains, bicycles, and pedestrians. But there are other kinds of bridges. There is a ship's bridge. Has all the instruments together to guide the ship, to run the ship. There is a dental bridge. It is a false tooth used to connect to natural teeth, making a bridge, bridging the gap there. Or there's a cultural bridge, bringing people together who live or think differently. But the earliest bridges we're going to talk about today would have been stones or logs placed across a stream or a gorge. For centuries, villages in India have trained tree roots across rivers or deep gorges to make living footbridges. The simplest kind of bridge is a beam bridge, with a beam or a plank supported on either side of a stream. This one is at Rady Park here in Warrenton. There's a longer beam bridge in Vietnam. It has piers underneath to support it, as well as these very interesting abutments to hold up the edges of the sides of the bridge. And then as vehicles needing to cross the bridges got heavier, bridge designs needed to be changed to hold the weight. And the first type of those was a truss bridge. This is the Waterloo Bridge in Remington, and it is a truss bridge. The truss bridges use triangles. I've highlighted these triangles in the truss bridge that gives it lots more strength, spreads the weight of the load across the bridge, making it much stronger. And this Waterloo Bridge is the oldest truss bridge in Virginia. So I'm gonna show you what difference triangles can make. I have my bridge abutments here. Turn this down. These are the abutments that are going to hold the roadbed. Here's our first roadbed we're going to try. I'm going to use a pencil and see how much weight this roadbed, just with this thin paper. Nothing. It can hold nothing. So let's try a piece of thin cardboard. Put our roadbed on top of that. See if that makes it stronger. I'm going to use 10 pencils. 10, 20, nope. You'd be floating down the river with that. So let's try using the cardboard, 2 pieces of cardboard with triangles in between. See if that makes a difference. All right, see how many pencils we can get on here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pencils, and it hasn't even started to bow yet. So triangles gave it lots of strength. You see the triangles in there on our bridge. Okay. Next kind of bridge we're going to look at is an arch bridge. This one is in Hong Kong. It's an ancient bridge. It's been there for a long time, and the arch helps again to spread the weight across. Here is another arch bridge. This one is in Germany, and it was designed by an architect, and you can hardly tell which way is up when the lake water is very still. Make it a really artistic bridge. Okay, but the most functional bridge for strength and length are suspension bridges. I wonder how many of you know this bridge. This is the Golden Gate Bridge in California. And the suspension, the cables come down from these towers and hold up the bridge. There are 3 major design considerations for a bridge. There's the dead load. That's what's used to make the bridge. All of the things that go into making the bridge, the steel, the concrete, the cables, all of that. And then there's the live load. That's everything that's going across the bridge. And then there is an environmental load. That can be wind or waves or current. This is the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, which was a suspension bridge in Washington State. And they did not consider the importance of the environment. In this case, the effect of the wind. This suspension bridge was opened on July 4th, 1940, and collapsed 4 months later when strong winds twisted this bridge. You see how it's twisted the bridge and snapped those cables, and that was the end of that suspension bridge. They called it Galloping Gertie because when the wind blew, it would just buck up and down. So, wind, hurricanes, floods, all of those things are important to take into consideration when you're building a bridge. Here is a bridge, a suspension bridge. This is almost a half a mile long. And you wouldn't catch me setting foot on this one. This is in the Czech Republic, and it's the world's longest suspension bridge. Another suspension bridge. This one is a cable-stayed bridge, which is very much like a suspension bridge, except that the cables are connected to these towers instead of connected to other cables. That's a very lovely bridge that is in Greece. And then, let's see, there is the Tower Bridge in London. This is not the one that keeps falling down. This is the Tower Bridge close to London Tower. towers. And it is a suspension bridge, and also it is a drawbridge so that the large ships can go through. This is a hybrid suspension bridge. It's cable stayed and it's a suspension bridge at the same time. This is Brooklyn Bridge. And there's a great story about this bridge. When it was built, the people thought it was so beautiful and they didn't have to take ferry boats across the river anymore. They could go across the bridge, but they were very afraid of getting on that bridge and then having the bridge collapse. So P.T. Barnum, who owned Barnum and Bailey Circus, big show performer, had 21 elephants in his circus. And when the bridge opened, he took those 21 elephants and they crossed the Brooklyn Bridge, everyone holding their breath because they were sure the elephants were going to be too heavy and the bridge was going to collapse. It did not, and it still hasn't. The most amazing engineered bridge is an ant bridge. This is truly a community effort. They don't have any architects, any designers. The ants simply, one by one, they'll climb across their fellow ant and hook on with their legs and make a bridge. There are some great YouTube videos showing you how they do that. So you might want to check that out. And our last bridge is a cantilever bridge. Cantilevers are only connected on one side. Of course, these are connected with the roadbed up there, but the main support is in this one edge. And if you go look in your refrigerator, you'll see the shelves are held up. It's a cantilever. So they're just connected at the back of the refrigerator. We can check that out, see how that works. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So if you have your bag of materials, you get out your craft sticks and your cubes. Okay. First, you're going to make your abutments. I'm going to use these 2 blocks. Okay, I'm going to make these 2 blocks for my abutments, and you can use a couple of cubes for yours, unless you want to get blocks like these. And we're going to start out. We're not going to use any tools or anything. This is all just balance to make our cantilever bridge. So I'm going to put 1 stick, see how this is sticking over the edge there, and put another one right here on top of it. So they're not quite, see, one is sticking back farther. And I'm going to put a block on there. See if that holds it. No, it doesn't. So I need more weight. Put another block on top of there. Is that going to work? That's not going to work. This is a good place to use your community, since we're talking about communities this summer. You might have someone that can help hold on to these things while you're working out their balance. There we go. I put enough balance on this end to balance out the weight over here. We'll do the same thing. Do this over here with the other side. So we know we can use 2 here and 1 hanging off the edge And there we're balanced. Now, we'll put another one here. Whoop, nope, you gotta have some more weight there. All right, so get a couple more blocks. I'm gonna put another one on top here and another one here. See? Use the community here to help build my bridge. There we go. All right, that holds it. And I'm going to move this out some so I can keep moving these back. I'll do the same thing over here. I'm going to put a third block on top and a second one just like I had there. See if that's going to work. Yay. And then, ta-da! Our bridge is done. And that's about 12 inches. You have some extra supplies in there if you want to try and challenge yourself to make one even longer using your blocks and changing your weights. And that is our cantilever bridge. As you can see, they're only attached at one end. There was nothing to attach these to the middle parts together. So there is your bridge. I hope you have fun trying out some different designs of a bridge, and hope you enjoyed seeing all these amazing bridges. There are so many very strange bridges you could take a look at, find places. There is a couple of books you can take a look at. We have lots more at the library on different kinds of bridges. I hope you enjoyed coming, and join us in 2 weeks for the last STEAM program, Earth Balance. Thanks for coming. Bye.